Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another counter side video. Now, plenty of things to make guides for, and I've been trying my best to hopefully bring out the guides as fast as I can for you guys. The more I make these guides, the more I feel like this game is actually quite complicated. There's a lot of mechanics, things to know if you're trying to min-max everything, right? And today's topic is going to be specifically about the branches in the world map. Alright, so let's jump into it. Okay, so first things first, I think something that's a lot of players are going to come up to me and ask, hey, regarding the branches, is it worth it to get more using quartz? Because right now you can see, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, probably most of you guys know, you can unlock more branches as time goes on. If you have leveled up past a certain level, for example level 45, you will be able to unlock the 4th branch using, what do you call that? Using credits or gold. But you can also buy some right now using quartz if you want to basically just bypass the branch. Now this gets really expensive. I know the first one is 4,500 quartz. The second one, if I'm not mistaken, the requirements is like level 60, then you can buy using credits, but this one will get to like 7,000 or 8,000 quartz, and the last one is about like 15,000 quartz. So it gets to like crazy amounts right there. Now if you are a paying player, if you are a pay to win player, I do think it's worth it, because buying more branches means that you're gonna get more in return. So every single day before you sleep, right, you're gonna send them to expedition and you're gonna get some good things along the way. You're gonna get some blue tickets, there's a chance to get simulation, permits as well. There's plenty of good things right here that you can obtain if you're lucky. So the idea of unlocking them early is you make it back in return in exchange for your quartz. You get back some of the value based upon the items when you send your characters to the expedition. It's definitely worth it if you're a paying player, but if you're free to play, no, it's not, because the amount of quartz just gets really crazy later on. And for me as a free, even as a paying player in my C server account, I actually did not, try to purchase any of this. I basically level up to the level 75, because the last one you will need to be level 75 to unlock the last branch. Now that will take a while. The last branch will take a while, but the first 4 or the first 5, it's still bearable. You should be able to get it within like 2 months of playing. Now let's talk about how should you go upon building your branches. Now this is something that I do get asked a lot. So obviously when you first try to configure your branch, this is something that you can level up, the branch manager office. As you guys can see, I tried to reset mine beforehand, so we can go through together. So facility points, how much you get is going to depend on the level of the branch. So right now you can see my level is level 3, so therefore I get 3 points. So obviously once you level them up to level 8, level 9, the longer you play, the more you will be able to level up, right? etc. And you can basically try to get more facilities as the branch goes on. Now this branch manager office is always fixed to every single one. You should ideally try to level this up. As you can see, this will give you bonus EXP on dispatch missions. Now the next few ones is going to be quite complicated, but the 2 main ones that every single branch will be able to obtain for free, which is the phase coordinates amplifier and the spatial coordinates amplifier. Now these two, insane, you should be able to get them for free. You shouldn't skim out on them because they are free. I don't see why not. Check your branch right now, every single branch you will have these two. You gotta try and build them. They cost 0 gold, they did not cost any facility points as well, and you can see this one you can level up depending on your branch level, which is pretty cool. Now I think the raids one will be able to, you're gonna be able to level this up later on as well, once you reach like maybe level 4, level 5, because right now I'm still level 3, so it's up to level 90 raids for the time being. But the dives, as you can see, you can level up for free. It doesn't consume a single gold, which is very good. I think you can go up to level 4 for the time being, 47 to 55 dives, but it's gonna go up much more later on. Now those two things aside, now we get to talk about the end goal or the end game, which one ideally you want to go for. Now as you can see, there's a couple of things that you need to pay attention to. A lot of this, the staff office, the finance department, the resource storage, cafeteria, these are all pretty much useless. Let me try and break it down for you guys. Look at this, unit EXP plus 5% from dispatch missions. A lot of time, you're gonna send level 100 units there anyways. You shouldn't try to level up from sending your units in expedition or in dispatch missions. If you're leveling up this way, you're doing it wrong, alright? Basically, you should level up using the salary negotiations, try to farm those instead. In terms of the credits, again, Chloe's credit search is the best place to farm credits, not here. 5% is nothing. You barely get any credits, and 5% on top of that is just so minuscule, it's not worth the facility point at all. Ethereum, not worth it. Alright, especially on global. Plenty of ways to get free Ethereum. You can also watch ads. So highly recommend you guys to do that 3 times a day. Again, not worth it. Info plus 10% from dispatch missions. Now this one is also not worth it. So why is this? Info plus 10% is just very inconsistent. So let me give you guys an example. So right here, right now, this is on my C account. We're gonna jump 3 and 4. You can see this office work, yes, this does give info. 47 info. 189, yeah, it does give info. This one, you know, if I take this one, I don't benefit from that ideally. So unless you can remember which branch is going to give you a specific one, you can see 189. If I do this, right, 189 infos. So if I take that facility 10% more, it's about like 20, which is barely anything. Alright, so 20 infos is not going to change anything. Again, farm infos every single day if you can from the daily stages. If you haven't watched my daily farming guide, watch that one first, you'll understand why. The main thing that you want to prioritize in terms of every single branch is the CSE passive radar. Now this one is the most important one because you have a chance of finding high grade disturbance plus 10% during dispatch missions. You don't really need this one per se, you just need what's to come next. CSE passive radar is going to be required for the 2 main things for your branch, which is a special coordinates fixator or the phase array radar. Now these 2 things, you cannot build both of them. So let me show it to you guys. We're going to buy the CSE passive radar, branch level 2 required. So you can also level this up, but it will consume one of these facility points, which I do not recommend. So now that we have CSE passive radar, so have a look. Now we have the option to either get a spatial coordinates fixator or a phased array radar. Now sadly, the game doesn't allow you to get both, which is such a bummer. So if I buy the spatial coordinates fixator, I cannot buy the phased array radar. So depending on how you want to categorize or how you want to branch out your facility or that particular branch towards the dives or towards the raid. So let me give you guys an example. So let's say I value raids more. I'm going to buy the phased array radar. Boom. Right? So notice if I go in, I cannot buy the special coordinates fixator. So it doesn't allow me to. So the end game, the end goal for every single branch and raid is this thing right here. Either the phased array radar or the special coordinates fixator. Now it's very simple, right? So one is going to give you dive, one is going to give you raid. So the end game, the end goal in the future, we're going to have 6 branches. So the best way to go about it is 3 in terms of how you want to build your branch, right? So 3 of your branches will have the phased array radar and another 3 of your branches will have the spatial coordinates fixator. Keep in mind you can also level up this thing. As you can see, the chance of disturbance 10%. If I were to level this up, it goes up to 25% and you can keep leveling this up even more. It does get better throughout whenever you pour more investment or facility points into the specific one. Now, early on, in global, however, you don't have 3, right? You don't have 6 branches. Right now, most of you guys maybe have 3, some of you guys have 4. I feel like the best method to do it right now is to go for more dives than raids. Now, for example, right now I have 3 branches, right? So I would say 2 of these is going to specialize in dives and 1 of it is going to be specialized in raids. The reason is very simple. Raids is much easier to get. So if you look at the number of raids right here, right? So you can easily get from your friends, you can also get from your guild mates. Alright, if you are in a consortium, you are in a guild, whoever can send their support request to you and you can get raids easily. But dives cannot be obtained, right? So dives are kind of limited to your own capacity or your own capability to generate dives based upon your branches. There's no way of sharing dives. So it's much easier to obtain raids generally, especially if you have active friends. All your friends lists are filled with active people and you have an active consortium, active guild, they are raids with each other, so that's how you can get raids easily. So I believe like most people have already completed a lot of this black exchange thing. Now why is dive so important? Now right now early on, you probably need to build ships, alright? It's something that I think you're gonna run into issue. So a lot of things, a lot of materials can be purchased right here. As you can see, you might need to buy the weekly ship schematics, you might need to buy some of these ship charges depending on what kind of ships you are building. So you're gonna need dives more than raids generally, especially early on. But once you go into the mid game-ish, late game-ish, you're gonna start to reset your facility again to categorize towards the raids, because raids is much more for end game farming equipments. So obviously, if you are already an end game, probably prioritizing on raids is going to be better than dives, because I think at the end of the day you probably won't need that much ships either. Now there's one thing that I didn't mention about that's not available in global yet, but dives also will give you one ability to build one more branch later on. So let me show you guys right here. I already reset this earlier. Okay, so we're gonna buy the CSE passive raider. Alright, build this. So notice I have one more extra thing right here, which is a very good pair with dives. Alright, notice I have a spatial coordinates fixator, a phase array radar, right? So one is for dive, one is for raid, and one is for scavenger dives, which is a little bit different. So scavenger dives is something that you're gonna unlock later. This will give you the ability to find high level dives, which is really valuable. And what the high level dives gives is you are able to farm for golden bullets later on. So I think global do not have access to this yet, but let me show you. You have this new section for gold bullet that you can basically farm for this currency, gold bullet, to basically purchase evolve one, which is a free awakened character that you can get. It's a farmable awakened character, and every single player should be able to get this eventually. But to be able to access the high level dives right here, you will need to be able to beat aka the hardest content in the game. Until today, a lot of players have agreed that this is going to be the hardest content in the game, which is dive 48, 49, and 50. So if global gets it, good luck. Alright, so this is going to be the hardest content in the game. I really enjoy helping out people. Back then, I tried to pilot their account to try to beat the boss. Maybe once it comes out for global players, I might have to do that again, but who knows. But until then, global still don't have that yet, so keep in mind that's going to be a good pair with the spatial coordinates fixator. Okay, so let's jump into the last part, which is what should you choose ideally, right? So I think something that people have been asking me a lot, what should you choose based upon sending your character for dispatch missions? This is something that I get asked a lot, especially for new players. Now if you look at this, the rank do matter. Alright, it's going to give you the quality of items, depends on the rank. So this one you can see all C, and then I get office work, office work, office work. So this one, office work, is quite straightforward. So for me, this is on my C account, right? End game, I don't really need these things, the appraisals. So you can see the third item right here is all appraisals. The blue appraisals, it doesn't matter. The second item, this one gives me Eternium, which I don't really need right now. So I'm going to take this info. So sometimes you do get the blue tickets from sending the dispatch missions, so keep an eye out on that. So sometimes you do get lucky with the blue tickets. If you get the blue tickets, that one will be the best value. Alright, free pulls, right? Why not stack up as many blue tickets as you can? So this one, none of these are good. I'm just gonna go with office work for this one. I don't really need that. That 1 hour is too short of a period of time. Yeah, guys, hopefully this video can help you guys decide or maybe craft and understand the branch better. Again, I know this game is it's very complicated. If you guys have been playing Counter-Strike for like what? The game is almost 1 week now. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game. I'm gonna go make more guides, probably work on some gear guides as well. So yeah, take care. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.